to the Clementine Line Aquabus. This boat tour will take you to the magnificent Court of Fontaine, the most important city in our nation. I'm Ava, and I'll be your tour guide for this trip. Even though I'm not as reliable as Elfan from the Navia line, I'll still do my very best. And if you're dissatisfied with anything, feel free to let me know right away. Oh, wait a second. Please contact a staff member with your feedback after reaching the station, and we will address your concerns as soon as possible. Back on topic. The destination of this trip will be the Court of Fontaine. If you'd like to learn more about the latest technological developments in Fontaine, the hottest new trends in cuisine, or upcoming sensational trials, please subscribe to the Steambird.
It's nothing.
The Steambird runs lots of fantastic serialized novels, including the thriller Great Detective Herlock, which recently reached its dramatic conclusion. Right at the very end, Herlock faces off against the real mastermind, revealed to be the assistant, Miss Jacoba, in a duel at the old site of Lilia Cruces Ordo. I couldn't stop my feelers from shaking. Oh no, did I spoil it for you? Oops. Anyway, coming up ahead on your left-hand side is Mercy Village, the hometown of all Melusines, myself included. It's deep below the ground, just over there. We will now pass through Poisson Tunnel. Now that I think about it, very few people tend to take this line. Maybe it's because humans don't really like deserts? After all, the most popular route in and out of Fontaine is through Leroy's Chenyu Vale. I've heard that in places with lots of sand, even Clockwork Mecca will start to malfunction. I mean, no rational person would try to cross a vast, hot, and dry desert to get to Fontaine, right? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to imply that you were irrational.
We should look for a new investment. Mora doesn't grow on trees.
Looking ahead on your right-hand side, you'll see Aranias, where the Opera Epiclese is located. Do you see that really tall structure? I once asked Elfin, what's that big old thing? She said, no clue. What's the use of learning the meaning of things? But anyway, Elfin is a super amazing and super friendly Melusine. If you have a chance, you really should take the Navia line and listen to her tour. Behind me is the destination of our tour, the magnificent Court of Fontaine. Please take all of your personal belongings with you when you disembark.
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
Oh no! I almost forgot! Ahem! Well, aboard the Aquabus! Please keep your head, hands, and other body parts, as well as your canes, swords, cameras, and other personal items inside the boat at all times. The Aquabus operator bears no responsibility whatsoever for any injury or loss incurred as a result of disobeying the rules. Maybe it's a bit late for the disclaimer. Anyway, I'm happy you've had an incident-free journey today, and it was my pleasure to serve as your tour guide for this trip. Thank you!
Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Please, watch your step. Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Please, watch your...
Okay, I'm back to work. Please take your seats. It's time for our merry departure. This Aquabus tour is bound for Romaritime Station, and I'm your tour guide, Aval. I'm here to tell you all about the amazing scenery we'll pass by on the Clementine line. Even though I'm not an expert tour guide, When it comes to interesting stories and important places in Fontaine, I definitely know a thing or two. I hope that my commentary will give you a newfound appreciation for this nation, and that you'll be inspired to visit every corner of Fontaine, just like Elfin was.
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
Passengers, if you look into the distance, you'll see Elinas, large as a mountain. The hometown of us Melusines, Mercy Village, is right over there. There's a story about our hometown that I really liked growing up. The legends say that long ago, Elinas came to Fontaine and asked the people, "Is there anything I can do?" At the time, we Melusines were super tiny, and our hands were even smaller. And we were so sad that we couldn't build houses like everyone else. So the people said in unison, "Then why don't you become the home of the Melusines?" And thus Elinas just rolled over right there and poof! It's been a few hundred years since then. When you think about it, everyone in Fontaine and Elinas really is gentle and kind. Is now passing through Poisson Tunnel. It's said that to deal with the crisis of the Second Diluvian period, some people thought about using the tunnel boring tech to hollow out the mountain and build a city inside. Welcome to the Clementine Line Aquabus. This boat tour will take you to the magnificent Court of Fontaine, the most important city in our nation. Speaking of Fontaine, you may have heard of the unique trials held in our courts, and presume this nation to be a very serious and solemn place. In reality, Fontaine is also a center of culinary and artistic delights, full of fine architecture, music, paintings, and delicacies which are well worth experiencing for yourself. Why is architecture first in this list, you might ask? For good reason. Because for any new passengers, you'll get your very first look at the splendor of the Court of Fontaine towards the end of this tour. So keep your eyes peeled and prepare to gasp with amazement when the moment comes. Passengers, the Aquabus is now arriving at Poisson Tunnel. Though much of Fontaine is covered by water, there are also beautiful mountains and forests here. Mont Alton Key is one of our most iconic peaks. Lots of adventurers enjoy camping on its summit. I heartily recommend the experience to all visitors. With that said, visitors should also pay attention to personal safety and hire some locals or Clockwork Mecca as bodyguards.
Ignite Phantasmagoria.
Be gone!
Don't waste my time.
Let me delve into destiny. Windblade. Fate is upon you. Let me scribe.
It's nothing.
Submit.
Give up.
Oh man, you're trusting me with a lot of power.